What's up, guys? Farm Wrestler here, and today we are going to do the play-by-play talk through of my matches at the 2024 USAF National Championships. Tournament went better in some ways than I expected, worse in some ways than I expected. My left hand still is not doing what it's supposed to. I'm just so limited to what I can do with it, and it's just a couple years behind. It's behind on training. You know, my wrist isn't quite right. It's a couple tournaments behind too. I've not pulled left in a few tournaments over the years, and I do think tournaments are the best training stimulus. So if you're not competing, you're not getting that stimulus and, you know, causing things to get stronger at the same rate as if you're just, you know, doing table time, at least in my experience. You know, I can be not hurting much after table time, but you go and compete with adrenaline and, you know, 100% effort, and things break down a lot different than, you know, practice and what you can do in the gym. So, and when those things break down, they get a lot stronger. So let's get into the matches. So first up, we've got Paul Cruz, big scary dude, has the biggest hand as far as like length and everything, or close to it, that I've ever pulled. And I'm totally uncomfortable. I'm trying to load a little bit. I'm trying to get his fingers off, but you can see that wrap that he has around my hand. He's going to be able to contain anything that I do, and you'll see here it don't take long. And yeah, kind of hurt too. I felt a bunch of stuff crack in my arm and elbow. So not the way you want to start out a match. And losing your first match is always not ideal, because you could end up in the loser's bracket with somebody that's super strong and make your tournament real short, which is what happens here when I find Paul Walter. He's a living legend in the sport, but actually I was able to get relatively comfortable in the setup. His fingers aren't very long, but what he does have is kind of a short thumb, so you can see here they keep telling me to move down, and I feel like I've got something, you know, I feel like I could probably like work his fingers some and maybe get his hand open up and take his wrist, but just not able to set up. And my fault, really. I mean, I've got to just move down a little bit. So referee's grip did not feel good. Paul's probably done it 10,000 times. I've probably done it 100 times. So you'll see here how it ends pretty quick, and boom, my left hand tournament is done just like that. So after the left hand, I know my right hand is definitely a lot better, stronger, arm wrestles better. I have a lot more options with my right hand, and but I've got no confidence at this point, because I'm like, dang, these guys just smashed my left hand, and usually I can at least slow people down. And so it's another guy I've never pulled before. I think his name was Pedro Rodriguez. I'm not 100% sure. And we're both going to go top roll, but I think the length of my arm helps out the strength of my hand. My hand is strong, and we'll both top roll, and I just come out on top. He was actually super strong. I was a little bit, well, I wasn't surprised. Everybody's strong, but I got the win, so I've got a little bit of confidence going. And this next guy here, I do not know his name, but he was built like a tank, and he had just I think I know he's an inside puller, and I think he actually tried to top roll me, which was good for me, and I get my easiest win, I guess. But it's all relative, you know. Like I think if he had hooked me, he would have whooped me. Paul went into a hook with him, and I talked to Paul a lot during the day, and he said that guy was just way too strong inside, and he came back and in the losers bracket, and they made up, and Paul beat him with the top roll, and but another really strong dude. I don't want to say I got lucky, but he made the wrong move, I made the right move, and I got the win, which brings me to Oleg Kasatkin. He's the only one that beat me last year at the Nationals, and we're able to set up without a referee's grip. I feel pretty good, and I get an elbow foul here off the back when his wrist went back, which I think that's the only time I've ever seen his wrist go back. So that makes me feel good. You know, I feel like I'm in the match, because the winner of this match is going to the final. This is for the A-side control of the whole bracket, and so I'm like, I'm in the match, and we grip up again. I've got to be careful because I've got that first elbow foul, and I believe we're both gonna top roll again, and I don't think he's trying to slip, but I get, you know, both hands kind of start to open, and I feel really good when I've got that pronation locked in, but you know, I can't hold on, and we slip, and now we're in the strap, and Oleg's a very seasoned puller, and this is kind of the first time he's had trouble all day. He's arm wrestled a lot of classes, or well, I guess just the Masters class, but you know, he probably had 4 matches in that, and he's had 2 or this is his 3rd match now in the seniors in the open division, and so I know I've been making him uncomfortable, and the go, and he does this weird side pressure thing, and you can see the surprise on his face. He told me afterward, he's like, you know, he's like, well, you've gotten so much stronger, you know, than you were last year, and which is true and everything, but he said he doesn't know what he did. He's never beaten anybody like that, but now I'm in the losers bracket, and I've got the winner of this match, which is Paul Walter and Paul Cruz, 2 really strong guys, and we're the match right after this. I'm not looking forward to arm wrestling either of these guys. I feel like they'll probably both beat me, but they end up in a hook, and Paul Cruz is able to pull through him. And so this is the semifinal. The winner of this match goes to final, and you can see Paul Cruz back there. He's like, oh, I'm arm wrestling you? What? Right now? Because he only got a minute of rest, which is very, very good for me. I'll get on the losing end of this setup here in a minute. Not the setup of this match, but that same sort of short rest thing you'll see in a minute. But let's talk about Paul Cruz. Like, he's a freaking animal. He has like wins against Brad Grundy in the last couple of months, and he's, you know, pinning Devin in an after pull. Like, go over to his channel and see how freaking strong he is. He's also like a super nice dude, but his hand is just like, it's not the thickest hand I've grabbed, but like the length of it, like his bone structure, like he's already really good, but he could be like scary good. And the only thing that's going to put me in this match is that he's probably already pulled 12 right-handed matches, because he he won the 242s, and I believe he got second in the Masters, and now he's pulled probably 4 matches to get to this point. And so on the ready go, I kind of just post straight up into his hand, and I'm able to take his wrist, and then he tries slipping out, but his thumb is so perfect for grabbing on. I grab his thumb and I'm able to, work him to the pad. And I'm telling you guys, like, if I arm wrestled Paul Cruz like 100,000 times, I might beat him one time, but it was on this day, just everything came together just perfect for me to be able to beat him. And he was a super nice dude. I talked to him after the match, and he had kind of set a finger trap. He was letting his fingertips float on my hand, and he thought I would just, turn into it, but I just posted straight up. It was like, he did the exact wrong thing, I did the exact right thing, just like literally everything had to go perfect for me to win that match. And now we are in the final with Oleg again, and I have to beat him twice to win, but I've already secured my trip to Moldova for the USAF World Championships, and now I've only gotten 30 seconds probably worth of rest. I should have left the table so maybe I could, give him a little bit more, but I'm pretty much done at this point. I mean, I'm still fighting. I still feel good, but I can't arm wrestle 15 times like these guys can. Not at a high level. And you'll see here, he's just going to basically show me who's boss. And now, I did have a question about whether it was a pin or not. I felt like my arm here touched the pad, but that's not a pin. It's, from the wrist to the fingertips. But, we have the best refs in the world, Joey Costello, here, and they said it was a pin, so you go with it. I didn't contest it or anything, but I would have liked to have had the match go a little bit longer. But anyway, that's the matches. Super happy with the right arm, how I placed. I know that Oleg is definitely in my wheelhouse. I can compete with him. Everything honestly just went as good as it could have gone today. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in Moldova. Arm Wrestler signing out.